All right, all right, all right. What's up, folks? What's up? We are live. I mean, all the way live. Let's get into this, man. We got a bunch of fangirls out here in this chat, man, crying about the video I put up about nobody giving a damn about Floyd as he walks through a casino. And and I knew when I made that video, it set a lot of the crybabies off, and that was kind of the intentions as well, and to kind of laugh at that, man, because pride is one of the things that really affect Floyd. It affects the fan girls that surround Floyd, and they have come out. Even Floyd Mayweather brother has come out in the chat. We have a Floyd Mayweather brother sighting in the comments of the video. And many people don't even know how Floyd had a goddamn brother, because that little nigga is irrelevant to his older brother, Floyd. But I want to show some of these comments just to see the delusion of these ass-kissing fans. I went and checked out the press conference, and it was nothing but the delivery of ass kissing. These fools did the press conference at the damn gym. They couldn't even find a hotel to put on a Floyd Mayweather event. This is BOK Prime shit. BOK Prime shit. Didn't nobody give a damn about this fight. Ain't nobody going to go to this shit. This shit is low budget as hell. This dude is falling from grace. And it showed why none of those damn people, as he walked through that casino, gave a damn. And from me making that video, a lot of these fools been in here crying like a motherfucker. I'm even going to Ellie, because I was like, I seen Ellie over there kissing Floyd ass. And even I'm looking at it, ain't nobody even watched the damn video. I ain't never seen Ellie with video views that this low when he got Floyd Mayweather in the title. With Floyd Mayweather in the title for an Ellie video, that is never been seen. Never, ever been seen. That's how much people have fallen away from giving a damn what Floyd got going on in his career. And it's just simple as that. But the video I put up created a crybaby fest. Like the video had onion in it. The video had squeezed onions as the people came to watch this shit and got the crying like a motherfucker. Crying like a mug. See, we got some fanboys up in the chat. We're gonna get through these comments, because the one thing people new to this channel, I read every comment. Just like I'm gonna go through the comments for the video. Let me read a few of the comments so I don't get too far in the chat. So hold on for y'all comments as well. I know Boxer says, yeah, it says Floyd ain't stand with us, says boycotting Gucci. And in this photo, the thumbnail photo I got, he's walking with a big old Gucci girl bag. So we got a Gucci goo bag on his arm. Look at him, Gucci gooing. Oh, Negro Gucciing through the hotel. Not a goddamn white person give a shit in sight. And that's a white brand. And then the nigga still slow as a motherfucker. Tiafimo asked him about his tracksuits. Tiafimo's in there moisturizing his ass and shit. Floyd, were you looking so nice up there on stage, and then that nice, beautiful tracksuit you got on? Where can we buy it? Floyd was like, man, as athletes, everybody loves to wear other people's brand, such as you, Gucci wearing, Louis Vuitton store buying ass nigga. He never answered the question properly. The question went over his head. The nigga got to talking about, yeah, so I like to rock my own brands every now and then, and I just really make it for me. So, nigga, just tell the nigga ain't nowhere to buy it, or it is a website to buy it. Like, that's why the nigga money running out. He can't sell shit. This nigga lost his fucking mind, man. Niggas, he need an earpiece in his ear for niggas to tell him how to answer the question. Like, the niggas who don't know English really well and shit, and they get a translator. That nigga Floyd need a translator. It's really a person that just breaks down questions into the simplest form. Break the questions down to Floyd into like a third grade level or some shit. And he says, yeah, it says Floyd used to look down on us, says as peasants. Says, yeah, Floyd says Floyd bragged, says on robbing us of our money, says and giving us boring fights. Yeah, bank robbery shit. Let's see what the Lakers can do in this game, as watching this game as well. See what they can do. These refs been calling a lot of bullshit fouls as well in here. I know Boxer says, he says, but how dare you make fun of the greatest black man that ever existed to what he never stood with us, says. So what? He never stood with us, says regular black folks, says when I see you, Reg, is on. That's how them niggas in the chat want to act with their little hoe asses. And they're crying like punk ass bitches. And they're crying for this old Gucci wearing ass nigga, Gucci wearing sellout ass motherfucker. And then and the stream from above says knee walking for a celebrity, says the nastiest work. Facts. And then this nigga brother coming in this motherfucker. Floyd don't even recognize this nigga. This motherfucker niggas in here didn't even know Floyd had a damn brother till I said that shit. Brother coming in here, nigga barely found out who his daddy was and shit. Found out he related to Floyd. This nigga writing comments and shit. And then Velocity Cuss says the blind stares of a million pairs of eyes, says looking hard but won't realize that they will never see the P. That's that Pac shit. And then Jamal Sampson says he's still a fan favorite to most. It didn't show in this casino. It didn't show in the casino, and it did not show in this press conference. It didn't show in the press conference. Not at all. So that fan favorite shit, this is the thing with stars, no different than with stars in the galaxies. Is the stars have a beginning and they have an end. Whoosh, they blacken out. And it's simple as that. So you don't remain a star forever. And that shit has come to an end. And a lot of people, you know, they look down on it. And then it's really kind of a bad time for a lot of the boxers. You're seeing what's going down with the fall of grace from Adrian Broner. You're watching Earl Spence try to get back out here and box, and it's just not a good place for boxers and shit. It's an embarrassment for him. And then Auto Boxing says, Velocity Cuss says, Tupac said, you still can't see me, god damn it. And the Velocity Cuss says, is Floyd fighting mini flyweight Oscar Collazo? Yeah, I was shocked when I seen them niggas stand next to each other, man. That nigga Floyd looked like Will Chamberlain next to this nigga he fighting. I said, what kind of shit is this? At first, I'm looking like, oh, this nigga he probably gonna give Floyd a tough time. He looked like I'm like, what weight is this nigga? This nigga middleweight or something. Thought the nigga was tall. Nigga still at the Floyd looking on top of this nigga head. Velocity Cuss says, facts, Slim. And then Asian Man from the building says, salute. Velocity Cuss says, Floyd should find a real hobby. He's shaking my head. Yeah. He find a better hobby. Like, I don't know. Stop walking through the casino and shit with Gucci girl bags and shit. And then King Asian Man says, careful, Reggie. Says that the money team says in your comments, Floyd could pop up like Bill used to do. Says the people kept saying his name. Yeah, sure. And then Auto Boxing, Floyd don't even know his brother was watching the damn channel. They don't even know that nigga. Auto Boxing says Floyd once ran a raffle to see who will win a chance to wash his Bentley. And it would be niggas in there doing that shit. But I don't think at this point, I don't think Floyd could get the homeless to wash his shit. And he says, I brought 10 tickets, says I won, and Floyd says that Floyd reneged. You probably would do some shit like that. But let's go into some of these damn fangirl ass comments that was put up in this mug so I can laugh at these motherfuckers live. I just want to do this shit to laugh at them live. We got Boycott with her crazy ass, always talking this Ziodo shit. Sometimes she be on point about this shit. She talking about these scumbags in the chat up here kissing the old Gucci scumbag purse wearing motherfucking Floyd, nigga who ain't stood true to shit, wearing Jew hats on his head and shit. It ain't been a Jew that went to not one of his goddamn fights. All of a sudden, it ain't been a motherfucking Israel to ever show up to a Floyd fight. Floyd do all the motherfucking ass kissing in Israel, and they still don't give two shits about him. Buy a building over here, nigga. And then Boycott says anyone still in Vegas are either Zardoz or ignorant fools who are still unaware of what's going on, and neither of them care about Floyd. And then Alpha 37, 37279 says, satisfying as hell, right goddamn on. This person gets it. It was satisfying seeing this shit because one thing this fool Floyd plays in is to that celebrity shit. And it is blind him from his development and becoming, what people want to see is you to be an influence for younger generations. They need to see growth. And what younger people have never seen from Floyd is growth. They see a lot of immaturity from a nigga who done earned a lot of money within his career. As simple as that. But as far as being an influence and a model for younger people to follow, an example for younger people to follow, absolutely fucking not. To being a black man who don't stand on shit, to being a black man from an oppressed black city inside of America, you ain't nothing to follow, homeboy, at all. To not know what to do with your money, have to rely on people who don't never gave a fuck about people who look like you. And then for you to go on, you get around them, they your brother, they your father figure, and all this other goofy ass shit. You ain't never seen a person with a little hat on their head around Floyd in his fucking come up in his career. All these people who look like these folks are the people wanting to see your ass lose. And then you done got somewhere within your career towards the end of it. And now you act like you don't know where the fuck you came from. Nigga, please. Picasso says in the boxing world, says, I guess it's really what have you done for me lately? Says Floyd did what he needed in boxing, says, and left with his physical health, says, but seems like the very thing that made him who he is today is probably going to break him. Absolutely. And that's that being worshipped by fangirls who you see with some of these comments. And then we got John Smith says, I thought he always rolled with security. John Smith gets it, showing that there's a lack of security. I guess he can't hire these people anymore. And then now there's this thing about this, because I don't know if this fight's supposed to be held outside the country. So is that making Floyd have to make an adjustment on where this fight was going to take place? Because now there's this thing with the, who put this out, the State Department or whoever it was, that they would no longer grant passports for people with tax debt. It was almost like that decision today was something targeted at Floyd or some shit. They're like, we ain't granting nobody passport. You got tax debt. You're gonna keep your ass right where you at. You're gonna give us our money and shit. So Trump can build a reflecting pool. Boxer sparring in the roller. Salute to my brother. Cool says, Cooler Dre says, how is he getting treated like a nobody? Says, but getting recorded. Dope. These fools is fucking comical as fuck. We getting recorded. The dude recording the fool is sitting in there looking at this fool like, damn, don't nobody fucking give two shits about the dude. They don't get two shits about the dude. The dude in there filming that shit because he's in there looking like, man, look at this shit. Wait till I upload this shit. Floyd in here, don't nobody recognize this dude. Unlike when he was at one point in his career, he probably would have had a crowd of people running up to him. And that's what he wanted to gauge. He wanted to put on some kind of fucking, what would you call? You'll call that kind of a beta testing and shit to see where he stands within the public. And so he goes in to do this test run inside this casino and nobody gives a fuck. They just walk by him and shit. They probably would ask the autograph from one of them people working the dealing at the tables. And he says, why do you think he was getting recorded? Says, I hope you can think, fanboy. He says because of who he is, says nobody is recording you. And then I put in the joke telling this fool I was in there getting recorded last week. Says, facts, bro. Says, them being jealous is a serious drug. Talking about jealous. He says, who the hell are you? He said, damn sure ain't Floyd. Look, them days what to watch Floyd draws and shit, little girlfriend ass niggas. And he says they love to hate Mayweather. They love hating no Mayweather. Don't worry, Mayweather. We got you. Go Young DJ says, I seen Floyd in the casino, says in the past. Says, and it was the same way. Says he actually got into it with someone. Says, then try to get mad at me. Says, get mad at me because I was about to record. Yeah, them fools be always doing that shit. I watch some cats here on YouTube go at it with Floyd over recording. No matter of fact, Floyd almost got into it with some cats about he trying to have security not to tell them not to record. That's why somebody shot one of his securities. Was it one dude that remember Conor McGregor was going off on? That one nigga named Conor McGregor said, "You little weasel." No, he was calling Steven Espinoza weasel. I forgot what he called them niggas from Floyd team, the little Jersey Shore looking motherfucker. That nigga ended up getting no, not the Jersey Shore one. The other one used to be with this Jersey Shore dude. It was another one of the big white dudes. That nigga got shot behind Floyd. That nigga got his ass blasted on. That's why he wasn't part. That's why Floyd didn't have that same security team like that. And then let me see, the Lakers hanging in here with the OKC. And I gotta clown you, dude. So you don't be know what you're talking about. Your boy Harden with the twizzy, tween, and all that other shit, turning the ball over and can't score shit. Goddamn, Austin Reeves. Oh, wait, did Austin Reeves just hurt SGA? Yeah, Austin Reeves did just hurt this nigga. And he hurt LeBron. Let me see. Austin Reeves just did some host shit right now. Let's see. Is that he in there grimacing, or is he just trying to sell it? LeBron trying to sell. LeBron trying to catch a break. Are he showing his wrist? All right, let me continue on. It says nobody jealous. Says somebody responded to this fool talking about they love to hate. Said nobody jealous. Said nobody jealous. Says Mayweather is simply not a likable person. Says nobody treats Mike Tyson, Manny Pacquiao says like this. Says because they ain't on the says because they ain't on the web like some 17-year-old. And guess what? If Tyson was walking through that shit with LeBron knee hit him. Like it, no, SGA selling that shit. SGA in there faking. He ain't hurt. But if Mike Tyson walked through that shit, Manny Pacquiao walked through that shit, the responses from fans would have been way different. They've been all running up to that dude. Nobody give a fuck about Floyd like that anymore. It's over with. Nigga them tarnished who he used to be. And he says, so you know Mayweather personally says it's like you're in your feelings, or like you're in your feelings. Learn how to write. Says, bro, says we don't do that as men. No, I'm gonna highlight that shit. We don't cry as men. You niggas in here crying about this dude, and what you crying about is an opinion. And look, it wasn't like I was in here bashing Floyd. I put a video up about Floyd and where he stands with the people. Is he, he fed off of this crowding around him and recognizing the people walk by him. These niggas on here get mad at that shit. So don't talk about jealousy and none of that shit. You got to understand what jealousy is. It's me pointing out some shit. You motherfuckers is mad about this shit, running to his defense like little girls, and I don't be understanding this shit. And then John the D says to Real Talk says a boxer, says he's great, says amazing. I say says as a human being, says I seen kids more mature and grounded than his old ass. That's a fact, John. Says no feelings, no hatred. Says it's just facts, my boy. Telling you, man, he got grown girls in this motherfucker, man, on these celebrities. You old Atlanta housewife TV watching motherfuckers. Atlanta housewife TV ass fools. Like, man, you fools is crazy. That's why I be liking to put this kind of shit up to see the response from these crybaby type dudes. Lassie Cuss says that fool looks like he's on the run from the IRS. The IRS on his head. Motherfucker Floyd and fell from fucking grace and destroyed everything. And then Tyreek says you're dragging it. Says you're dragging it, saying he fell from grace. Laugh out loud. Homie, I mean, what we see? The nigga did a press conference inside the Mayweather fucking gym today to sell a goddamn fight. Promoted by who? Himself. All the reporting in there was a bunch of kissing Floyd ass shit. It ain't like you go in there to add controversy. It's just a Floyd Mayweather ass kissing shit. It was disgusting to hard even watch this shit. And then when questions asked to him, he don't even know how to answer fucking questions. The one lady asked him about if he gets the itch from exhibition fights, and he went off on some tangent about, he don't drink, he don't smoke, and he took good care of him. So he went into that little repeat ass shit. Like, this nigga is off, homie. And that's the one thing you should have did, man. Go get your education, man. Go check your ass into Happy Gilmore class. No, what's that nigga? What's Adam Sandler movie? I always ask this shit and forget this damn movie every single time when I don't think about it. What's the movie where that motherfucking Adam Sandler go back to school to inherit the money from his family? And they have to go through elementary, all that shit. What was that shit? Was that Happy Gilmore? Happy Gilmore, the golfing one. What's the damn that movie? Whatever it is, that's what this nigga Floyd need to do. Nigga, take the money, go to school, go learn comprehension, how to respond to shit. And then Christoph says, you sad, bro. Look, he crying for my video. Here go Mayweather brother right here. This is Mayweather brother, the brother who Mayweather don't get two fucks about. He wrote, our people are sick, says, but the person who made this is certainly a nobody. Like, this nigga got the nerve and audacity to talk about black people being sick when his fucking brother is the same black ass motherfucker who sits there and wants to talk ill about black people, don't stand on shit for black people. And this nigga wants to come up, man. This nigga brother ain't never ever responded to nothing. But this nigga want to get here and talk about black people when his black ass brother don't stand for shit for black people. His black ass brother don't advocate for shit for black folks. This the brother, so I'm gonna give him a little highlight and shit, because you know I'm that type of nigga. I don't be hating on people and doing all that other shit. I'm just a different nigga, and I love who I am. That I'm a person that ain't like that. I'm gonna be like, I ain't gonna get this nigga no pub and none of that shit. I'm gonna show him because his brother ain't showing him no love. This nigga putting videos up and the videos don't do shit. And this nigga motherfucking Mayweather. This nigga a goddamn Mayweather. And that's all he can highlight is he a fucking Mayweather. Floyd told him, don't put that, you my brother. We got the same last name, nigga, but we ain't no brothers. This nigga got videos from 3 and 4 years ago with fucking double-digit views on it. Like, you don't knock that shit off, little Floyd. This motherfucker, ass kissing ass retarded niggas. And I mean, these niggas don't even think when they speak on shit. These dudes really don't think when they speak on shit. They just want to speak. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me get the. Oh, hold on. Let me move this out the way. I got it blocking the whole screen. Yeah, these fools don't think. They just be yapping at the damn mouth and shit. These fools just be yapping at their goddamn mouth. This is their brother don't even recognize his retarded ass. But he want to write in this comment talking about what he says, our people, meaning black people. You need to write that shit to your brother, not over here. Defending your brother who don't even promote nothing you got over there. You got a channel called Mayweather Apparel. Mayweather Apparel. It ain't apparel of shit that you fucking advertising over there. Like, stop it. Let me make my motherfucking video, goddammit. And then I am 6771 in there rolling and shit. And then I think somebody was writing about what they was writing about the channel. Wait, hold on, what they wrote. Let me see. It was like, oh no, they deleted their comment because they wrote something about. They wrote a comment about my channel, like the views. Oh, that's what he put. There you go. He put 1.2 K subscribers. That's what the person put, but not knowing, man, this is like my 10th goddamn channel, fool. And I ain't caught up on them. No, I wouldn't care if I started with just 2 people on this motherfucking channel with subscriber. I'm not a subscriber, motherfucker. I ain't a celebrity like y'all boy who y'all crying about. I don't push for celebrity shit. Not trying to be no YouTube star. I come in here to give opinions, to control narratives that's put out by this little white ass system that a lot of you little programmed, dumb, darky ass Negroes subscribe to and are controlled by and can't think for shit. That's the reason why I do content, because I don't live by them rules. I love to give my own opinion, and also just to share that everybody don't agree with what's put out there. It's the celebrity shit. Everybody think the opinions of people based on popularity and notoriety and showcase on TV makes them the voice of all. Like, absolutely not. And you know, I pride myself on intelligence and not falling behind the retarded slaves of society and shit, of a global society. And then we got this person, Debo says Floyd was chilling, Floyd was chilling. You say nobody gives a damn, says when it's clear you are emotionally attached to him. Like, this is how dumb these people are. You come writing a comment based on a video of me pointing out that, damn, look at this shit. These people just walking by, Floyd. That was glaring. That was what was the intent of this person recording this shit. Is nobody recognizes dude because he ain't who he used to be. Nobody cares anymore. But you come running into this video to run in defense of Floyd. You can't troll me. I'm the king of the anti-venom of trollism. That shit don't work over here at all. But you're not realizing how emotional you are with that response, homie. You sound dumb as hell. And then my brother Stinger from Boys says, shut your fanboy ass up. Like, these fools don't realize how dumb they sound by responding for a dude. Now, if I made a video about one of these female athletes and shit, it wouldn't be a single dude to run to a female athlete's defense. These dudes come running for these dudes like I be highlighting all the time about these suck-ass dudes. And then we got what is that? Weeks Marty says another shit video. Like, these niggas on their knees for a little dude. Man, you talk about homo activity from these fucking dudes of the world is crazy to me. And I love laughing at that shit. That shit is comical as fuck to me. But let me go back into the chat, talk to the folks that be coming over here. But this nigga got a brother in here want to write a comment to defend a brother who don't even recognize him. This nigga, little Floyd is retarded on me. Velocity cuts it and rolling. And then Auto Boxer says you don't have to worry about Floyd seeing us or seeing what foul things we say about him, says in the chat, because Floyd came on the motherfucking radio. Hey, but he'll know if because I'm reading this shit. He gonna know because I'm reading it. So he was like, oh, this little motherfucker, I'm gonna set an exhibition up with him next. And they're gonna send me a motherfucking contract, nigga. Andrew Charles says motherfuckers love them some Floyd, man. Man, Andrew, I tell you, man, these dudes on their knees for some Floyd and shit. You go girl collection ass niggas. You ought to go golden because girl collection been closed. I've been seeing people driving by that shit, pointing more towards Floyd's financial shit, and they've been showing girl collection closed. Floyd, I think you need to open it up and have these gay ass niggas spinning on poles in there and shit. They'll get some other niggas in there to pay to watch them niggas. You can open that shit up. Nigga, these niggas girls still. You bring these old transitioning ass fans of yours and shit. I know Boxer says those people surrounding Floyd, says with the little hats, says were probably the ones buying Floyd's home, says at 1/3 the price, says he paid for them, says big dummy. Yeah, this fool in here, his brother in there talking about our people sick. Like, man, it's like, damn, it's that many of y'all just yes people. You ain't watching what this nigga done supported. The shit he say in the public when it's on news, when the people are really on some like stand up activism type shit, bunch of civil shit going on in this country. This dummy talking about our people. Damn, can they throw the jump ball? God damn. This is like LeBron crying about this jump ball shit. They trying hard to get this win. Here go LeBron on that SGA cat. Come on, centers, y'all gotta jump. Damn, the Lakers cannot guard that 3-point line. They got to figure out better defense, man. They got to figure out a better way of guarding that shit. And then, as Charles says Floyd has paid over market value, says for everything he ever owned, says and bragged about it. Facts. The dumb nigga will pay $18 million for a fucking watch. Ain't nothing flossy about that shit. Shit is stupid. Like that shit, you only look cool to poor ass people. Them more wealthy ass white dudes and give two fucks about that. You a dude who's owned all this power, gain celebrity, you ain't done nothing from the city you fucking from. But you would fly your ass to fucking Israel with a bunch of sick-minded fucking genocidal ass people. And talking about how they're your fucking people. Like that's how lost you are. And how lost your stupid ass brother is for coming over here writing that dumb ass shit he wrote in the comments. Like you niggas is dumb, homie. And then Velocity Cuz, that's the problem when niggas is dumb. But then you can appease these niggas by putting a coin in their pocket. You put in their back that dance for the shit. And the Velocity Cuz says Floyd can't afford bodyguards anymore. D-Bevel the champ in the building. Salute my brother. He says, I don't care how bad this sounds coming from me. He says, I wish Floyd nothing but the worst. Says if he wants support, says he should go do an exhibition in Tel Aviv, says, and go kiss the wall after the fight. Absolutely, man. Fuck what this nigga Floyd stand for. Nigga in his what is this shit? He in his lowest of moments and think people supposed to be sympathetic for his fucking ass. Like it just shows you how what really resides in a nigga heart, the true nature of a motherfucker. That when they up, they on some other shit. Then when they come down, now they on some humbled out shit. This nigga all old Gaza strip ass nigga. His hood is Gaza. Like nigga, you old Flint, Michigan ass nigga. And then Rob G in the building, the roller salute. D-Bevel says Floyd fanboys are the worst. Says they are one of the main reasons, says why I started to hate boxing, says and lay low off YouTube, laugh out loud. Yeah, I put this video up. I was like, I know some niggas gonna be mad at this shit, but I wasn't expecting a comment. You know, usually niggas hit the thumbs down. I seen all that. Then Floyd brother had the nerve to write a fucking comment. Like, you fucking delusional ass fool. And then his comment just show how dumb his motherfucking ass is. Like, he's some ignorant ass niggas, man. I wish they didn't give you niggas nothing. I wish they made you niggas box for free. They're fucking slave ass niggas. Might as well do all the shit you do for free. Motherfuckers are a bunch of slaves to these motherfuckers. As long as a nigga's skin look like a palm and shit, y'all kiss the ass of that motherfucker. And then Velocica says flip flop is Alexander says it's terrible for the NBA. Shaking my head. Yeah, it's the refs, man. These refs been calling a lot of fucking questionable ass calls and then don't call them on the other end. But like I say, the Gilgeous kid, the Lakers been able to stop him. San Antonio gonna mash these fools because it's gonna be so easy to game plan and stop this dude. Them tall dudes started off good on OKC squad over there early in the game. They did start off with fire and shit. But the Lakers is there, man. The Lakers is there. Austin was playing all right. Austin just can't guard nobody. They in there, Austin turning the ball over, tripping, falling. And then Andrew Charles says, nobody likes Floyd. Says, it's true, laugh out loud. Says he sucks as a person. Absolutely. In the ring, he one of the greatest we done seen in this modern age. He's one of the greatest of this modern age. And there's no taking that away. But this ain't about what he done in the ring and shit. This ain't, damn, did they gonna give LeBron that and one? But this shit ain't about what Floyd done in the ring. It's about him as a person. This motherfucker is trash. Hey, they over here cheating in this motherfucking OKC game, y'all. I don't even want to watch this shit no more. That's the continuation. Man, get the fuck out. They doing LeBron and them dirty. And then Cloud with TJ says, water boy. Yeah, he's some water boy ass niggas, fan club ass dudes. Edgy Charles says no fighter Floyd has ever supported has ever had any success. Absolutely not. And it goes to show where he tried to bring up with Kamel Moulton how he's always wanted fighters to be greater than him, to go further than him. Like, that was a fucking lie. Yeah, you can say all that humbling ass shit. You ain't never ever pushed for any of that shit with fighters. You have held grudges against fighters that you've seen to become like of some prominent name coming up in the game behind you. And then for you to do everything possible to kind of tarnish their shine. Like, come on, homie. You don't stand for none of that shit. Like, this dude, these dudes is despicable as fuck. And that's why people don't rock with the sport. And to be honest, Floyd, one of these motherfuckers that's killed off people's love for the sport. You've killed off a lot of people's love for the sport. Like, fool, man, these motherfuckers is crazy as hell talking that shit. And then, like I say, I like Floyd. Floyd's still one of my favorite fighters of all time. Probably like number 3 on my list. Like, but all that shit is a dude. Like, outside the ring, man, is a piece of shit. On the box says Andrew Charles says except for Tank Davis. He helped them, but shit. And the D Bevel says that's him in the Venetian, says Venetian Casino Red, says he's always up here at my job, or he's always up here at the job. Says he doesn't have a security team anymore. It says Mr. Smart Investment, shaking my head. Yeah, the fool, he couldn't pay the motherfuckers. Them fools have to go get regular jobs and shit. His security team is getting regular jobs and shit. Like, they don't work for that fool. And then his pay went down. That's why Adam Platinum stopped working over there. Damn, they calling way too many fouls in this game. I can't watch that shit no more. That's the one thing pushed me away from like watching the NBA and all that shit and other pro sports is when I see this kind of shit I'm watching right now. Like the bullshit fouls and one-sidedness and with the refs. Like, nah, I think the Lakers gonna win some games and shit. But them refs is really doing a number right here in this game. I can't finish watching that shit. And then, but yeah, that's the other thing. That's why you stop having like Adam Plant and the other dude they call the what they call that other giant ass fool that worked with Adam Plant. He used to call him Great Wall. Floyd couldn't pay them motherfuckers like that. Niggas moved away from him. Like, then he brought them other niggas over there and shit. Like, man, this fool is a despicable ass dude, man. And then Andrew Charles says Tank's success is still up. Says it's still up in the air. Says at this point, says in my opinion, I know boxing. And the lights conclude says D Bevel says you better not let the general catch you. Says catch you in here. And then he says D Bevel says I remember a few years ago says you was the main person me riding Floyd. And then I know boxing says everybody was a fan of Floyd. I don't know. I ain't never seen D Bevel do that shit. Be on no fangirl shit. We all want to see Floyd have success with his bread. I know I always wanted that shit. Even when people used to talk about Floyd going broke, I never used to be on that shit. Be like, man, that nigga ain't about to burn all that money. Because I always wanted major success out of this dumb motherfucker. Nobody want to see this fool fall from grace. But then he let shit go to his head, and then the way he'll respond to people, especially to black folks. Especially the way he responds to black folks. Like shit on them. Talking about our people ain't this and ain't that. Like, nigga, your career is built off of black people. But then you'll go kiss the ass of these other people. Like these fools is wild. Are there some black people that hate on them? Of course it is. On the boxing, Andrew Charles says facts. Says I think Tank Davis is says a fraud. Says he was sorry. He has never fought any of the fighters we wanted to see him fight. Absolutely didn't. Absolutely didn't. And even as Floyd is a promoter, kept them shits from happening as well. And then Andrew Charles says if Floyd was a role model, says if Floyd was a role model for Tank, says it shows. Yeah, he ain't a good role model for nobody. He ain't a good role model for these young dudes. He's a role model for how these dudes can study to train, to live a boxer's lifestyle, do all that other shit. But the shit outside the ring, money management, fuck no. Hell fucking no. Hell to the no. And then D Bevel says that man brought an $18 million watch, says, but can't pay $7 million tax lien. Says he's bragged about his money, says, but when people talk about his money issues, his fans say, why are you pocket watching? Right. Like we the ones that went to discover this shit all in the damn news. It's even like the people who put out his information. He dropped the lawsuit against them. Did y'all hear that news? Y'all hear that news? The people he tried to put a $100 million defamation lawsuit against because they put out about his financial dealings and shit, and he done dropped the damn lawsuit. Obviously, he dropped it because they probably telling the goddamn truth. Blossy Cuss says, "Hey, Blood says you see the crybaby celebrating Haney's so-called $100 million Zuffa deal." Says like they're part of the deal. Shaking my head like, where the hell they Dev get the $100 million fight? Like, what fights do Dev even got lined up and shit? And where that information come from? I've been seeing videos with that shit. I ain't been watching that shit because it's come from people on YouTube and shit. But then again, all the best of luck for Dev. Hopefully Dev does make that kind of money. I don't watch these niggas to be like, oh shit, man, my nigga got $100 million. Like, man, get the fuck out. That's for Taz Angels and shit. Give a fuck, man. I just want to see them fools fight, earn the most money they can earn. Don't blow that shit. Even if Dev do come into $100 million, don't blow that shit. Don't blow that shit. Dev better go to Oakland. This is what Dev need to do. Dev need to go to Oakland. If that kind of money is coming up, he needs to go to Oakland and hang around players that teach him how to deal with these bitches. Because he done made one mistake. He got a baby out of it. Make that money for that baby. Take care of that baby. But you need to learn how to pick better bitches. You, that nigga, Stephon Diggs, all you retarded motherfuckers who get money. Because these bitches out here learning the motherfucker and breaking them. And they working for somebody, so they earning your motherfucking ass. These fools is chump ass people. Like, so Dev coming across that money is urgent that he go to Oakland and he go learn some ism. He go learn some gang. I mean, his dad supposed to have gang. He need to listen to that shit. But some kids rebel, they don't learn. Some kids be rebelling and shit. Talking about kids, man, my boy done got his ass suspended, man, for fighting this shit. Salute to my boy for fighting, man. Fighting at school, not laying down like a chump. Salute to him, man. Salute to little Reg in here checking shit. So, but he didn't start the fight. He said the little white kid, this Trump shit got the little white kids acting tough and shit. They talking about you black monkey and shit like that, and he having to say whatever. He called one kid out for the fade. The kid didn't want to fight. Then this little white kid did some shit to somebody, I don't know what made the kid threaten to blow the school up or some shit. They told that kid got kicked out the school. Then some other little white kid been talking shit and wanted to fight. Think the kid pushed him. He said think my son punched him and pushed him. And then now he can't defend himself, so they're going to suspend him for 2 fucking days. Like, these schools are some pussies. Now, if he didn't do nothing, that little kid hit on him, he reported they wasn't done shit. Like, so salute to him. Like, when they call, like, nigga, you ain't in trouble. Shit, that's all. Like, I've been telling them. That's why I've been pushing you on working out, because I've been telling them you're going to end up fighting as a boy. you're gonna end up fighting because ain't no telling what these little hoe ass adults is teaching their little punk ass kids. What these kids, they go through this development process, and they get weirded out. They want to test shit, trying to impress their friends and look cool and shit, and want to challenge. You better learn how to fight, because it'd be nothing worse than you balling up and some kid punch on you. Better learn how to fight. My kid got a disposition about himself to where it'd be like he don't give a fuck about you. He don't give a fuck. Like, it's fuck you. And I'm pretty sure he'd be saying shit. Velocica says, how the fuck do you run? Says, how the fuck do you run through $1 billion in less than 10 years? Right? Investments, putting money into not just investment, putting your money up for other niggas' investments. Why he say he's making smart investments? No, you're not. You lending your money to motherfuckers for their risky ass ventures. That's the thing that people get so ass backwards. And using certain words, or they hear certain rich niggas on TV speak on shit. That nigga ain't putting out no investments, nigga. You loaning money at a risk. You doing high risk, hoping for high return earnings on your money. And it ain't coming out. What is that shit? ROI? What is that? Return? Yeah, ROI shit. You ain't investing in shit. You giving niggas your money that come in there and slick talk to your ass. Like, you niggas is crazy. Now, you should have been starting boxing gyms, managing and running the motherfuckers, and not trying to impress bitches. Like, nigga don't know how to deal with pretty bitches. Floyd should have went to Oakland too. Like, shit. And then nigga be thinking he player. He got them pretty bitches that's in there just nigga snatching bread. Like, them bitches know what they doing. These bitches get taught that shit at a young age on how to milk sucker ass dudes. And then Auto Boxer says the little hat says probably brought Floyd $18 million watch, says for 60,000, says because that's what it's really worth. Says they're probably laughing at Floyd's stupidity every day. Yeah, I'd be praying that watch is just some old publicity stunt ass gimmick, and he really didn't pay $18 million for that shit. I think it's done to pay for watches like that anyway. I think that's just flossy shit to be like, yeah, look at my wrist. I mean, I got dope for the bitches. You niggas do that shit to impress the bitches, not knowing you can fuck these whores for free. You fuck these whores for free. These bitches' mentalities change depending on where they at. Bitches can be in the setting of the club. Yeah, some bitches be up on your money ain't right. They ain't gonna fuck with you. You catch a bitch out on some day in the grocery store, their mentality change and shift to that. The club scene, they ain't popping like that. They starting to turn, they looking for man, this and that. They want somebody to talk to, man. This pussy is free. But then when they get in that mindset, everything's a mindset thing. Then they can get it to where they can lock in and be disciplined enough. They ain't doing nothing for free without people breaking it, unless the bitch just likes something about you. And then Andrew Charles says never been a Floyd fan, says, but I do give him credit. Says he did beat everybody, says, who was somebody back in the day. Yeah, he did his thing in the ring, but outside of that ring, this motherfucker ain't nothing for anybody to model over. There ain't nothing for people to use. Tell your kids to follow him as an example. This is the black man. This is the black man we want to see win. This is the black man that we're going to have so much to pride ourselves over. He's going to be with what we saw in Ali. Absolutely not. And then D Bevel says Floyd dissed Mike Tyson years ago, says, for going broke. Says Mike Tyson was in his 20s. Says Mike ended up rebuilding his empire, says, from the ground up. Says, now let's see if this illiterate fool and Floyd can do the same. And then Velocicuts, because Floyd need Mike Tyson, because him, the best earnings he'll earn is from Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's still the biggest star in boxing. Mike Tyson's still the biggest star in boxing. Mike Tyson walked through that goddamn casino. People, oh, Mike. But then people be afraid because Mike got little triggers in his brain and shit. Mike Tyson look at that shit, thinking you a threat and get to swinging on you and shit. And then Velocica says, you see Uno, says you see Uno with the unnecessary ISO hezzy, says dribble because calves the gang. Oh, cause the calves the gang. Shaking my head. I told Deuce made up a bullshit ass excuse. Talking about when the nigga write me, I gotta respond back to him. He says, terrible night, Uno looking tired. Look, that's all he gonna say. He make these little soft landings for these little players that he fucking got favoritism for. That's why I don't listen to these dudes on sports. These niggas are fans. and they got favoritism on niggas. They don't even keep it real when they assessing shit on sports. And I'll be telling them, they be thinking they know they talking about. They take all these words, the hezzy, isolation, screen, higher, upper, lower flex, derivative, bond market, stock exchange, triple pick and roll. Like, get the fuck out with all that unnecessary dumb talk for basketball. That motherfucker ain't got it. But then they see Wemby is a fucking changer, a game changer to the sport of basketball. And then this nigga got to do all type of shit. They want that nigga to fly from end to end in the sky, like these fools, but then give all these other niggas because of their dribbles and cross moves. Like I told them niggas, man, James Harden ain't got that shit. He said, oh, let me see. He asked me if it's hot out here. Give me 1 second. Let me respond to Deuce. Hold on. Hold on, folks. Tell him, said James Harden ain't got it. Says, let me see. Yeah, the temps going into the hundreds this week. Let me see. The temps are going into hundreds this week. Yeah, today got hot. Today got into the 90s out here in Vegas and shit. It was kind of warm out here today. Not too hot. 90 ain't hot out here when because I'm adjusted to Vegas temperatures and shit. So 90s ain't hot like that. It's hot. 90 is hot anywhere else, but being out here for all these years, like you wait for it to get into like 100, and for me, when it's like in maybe 100 and 108 and above, maybe that's when I'll be like, oh, I'm complaining about this shit. But anything from the 90s to 108, I can sit outside in that shit. Probably even in the 115s. When you get to the 115s and shit, I can sit out there in that shit. Been out here so fucking long. I wear jeans in the fucking summer. Like they didn't adapt it like a motherfucker. This shit. I just can't deal with cold weather. I would never adapt to cold weather. And then I got too much blackness in my blood. I'm tropical as a motherfucker. Even though I'm a human, any human can adapt to climate change and shit. But I do not like cold weather. And then I know Boxy says all the Vegas car dealers says mark the cars up, says an extra 50K. Says when they see Floyd pull up on the lot, says Hemi charges 60K. Says Floyd played 110,000 for it. Says and brags about it. Yeah, he just be doing. There's just some niggas are just flossy, man. It's just the thing that comes from. It's been a thing studied when poor people come into wealth. It's just that they have this behavior in this shit. Who was that? Because I remember as a kid, they used to always remember this shit from as a kid. I remember as a teacher teaching that shit about. I think they say Langston Hughes. I don't know if Langston Hughes or somebody coined that shit, but I think that's what the teacher's talking about. Langston Hughes coined the term about nouveau riche, and it's just meaning like newly rich. I don't know. It's the French or something, but I think he breaks down what the thing about the mindset of people who've been poor all their lives and coming into money, and then their behavior and lack of understanding about money, then how they'll return to being poor again and shit. And Charles says ABE says the original blueprint says for what happens to a fighter says that follows the teachings of Floyd. Facts. And then D Bevel says Bud Crawford says like a breath of fresh air. Says when it comes to the representation of our people. Facts. Says he's a great role model, says for the community. Sounds unlike Mr. Smart Investment. Yeah. Because even with Crawford, even when the shit where people that's why people can't even bring up about him having that new kid. Because even when I was watching some shit, that's when like on some shit like that, I was like, after finally like giving Bud his credit, like, oh, this nigga really is a dude in boxing. But when he gave that shit about when I was watching an interview and the person asked about him having a new kid, like how they explained to his wife. And this before he came out in that other interview where he talking about like, shit, we should have been broke up. But he was like, man, he came up to her. He said, shit, nigga, a nigga done fucked up. I got one on the way. And he's like, shit, I ain't about to run from it. Shit, that's my child. Shit, I was doing all that bumping and grinding. I had that motherfucker Why I'ma hide that shit? Ain't Oscar Valdez bitch ass. Let me take care of this motherfucker. Shit. As simple as that. But outside that shit, the way he manages money, the lifestyle he live, he ain't doing all this opulent, fake ass, Hollywood ass shit that some poor ass niggas think they gotta behave like. Be thinking they need all this unnecessary security and they the president of the United States. Like, nigga, calm that bullshit down. That shit to impress these hoes. Velocity Cuss says Baby Owen says, Big Step, it says, bully the bullies. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, I ain't get too fucked. He probably didn't care about getting suspended anyway. And then Otto Boxer says word on the street says Lil Reds be smacking white students in the mouth daily. Says like father, like son. Yeah, that nigga already know he can smack one of them in the fucking mouth. I ain't about to be at school. Boy, why you here fucking up? Why you get suspended? I ain't about to do none of that shit. Because and that's just no different than that little white dude who be on the, what's the little white dude? I don't know his name, but I be seeing this video clips. He be the one walking up to black people talking about, oh, you chimping, like trying to get a reaction out of black people. He be armed. Where they show one today where he been going around the wrong black folks and they've been smacking his bitch ass. And what the little white punk do? Get right on the phone and call the police. They're threatening me and he smacked my phone, and they come out looking like a bitch because it's what he is. But he in here incited by this Trump shit because they watched this TV shit. Like these fanboys from off of these comments in this video today about their Floyd ain't even their favorite fighter, just their favorite person they want to worship. And then Andrew Charles says my mom with me says once says because on I told wait damn what the kind of right the hell you right, let me figure this out. Said my mom with me once because I told says okay you fucked up and put the word on, you stole me off with that on, so that's a typo. Says my mom with me once says because I told on someone, says I got in a fight with, says which was not the reaction says I was expecting at all. Hell yeah, she should have whooped your ass. Tell you don't be doing that telling shit. But yeah, I wasn't about to trip on him because he got spent out. His mom was mad, like, why y'all fucking punishing him? Like, she defended himself, which she was right. But I'm like, don't make too much of that shit. Like, fuck all that shit. Like, shit. He did what he did. Shit. Ain't nobody tripping on that nigga. I wish he'd have stumped the kid where they won't let you do all that shit. But kick that little motherfucker, make him think about ever using the N-word or if he ever says some shit like that. But some of the white kids be saying that shit. They be talking about the kids, be talking about monkeys. So I just teach my kids offensive shit. Because I can be the most racially offensive person on this planet to a racist motherfucker. Racist people cry when I say shit about them, and they be the ones that say racist shit because they actually racist. It ain't nothing racist about me. It's just that y'all may hear people who try to talk about our racist, y'all just hear me say some shit in response to shit, and y'all ain't never heard a nigga a lot of y'all niggas ain't never heard niggas say the shit that I be saying and shit. Niggas be in there caught off guard with hearing some of the shit I say. And then I be hoping y'all use this shit. And Lyson Cleta says, tell it like it is. Red says, Floyd got scammed by some Peckerwoods. Yeah, he got a stupid ass scam. Yeah, every time I look at the little properties, I be looking at the property shit. All them properties is way lower than what they were offered. What he brought them for, and then what the offers are always going down. Now, that nigga is stupid. Andrew Charles says people in the most isolated societies on planet Earth says with no internet says know who Mike Tyson is. Facts. And they're fans of that motherfucker. They're major fans of Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's probably one of the biggest stars. And to be honest, like when you look at like what they have done in their careers, like Mike Tyson events were bigger events than Floyd events. Floyd events generated more money because the pricing and the events were much higher. If Mike Tyson was fighting this era at the height of Mike Tyson and that shit Mike Tyson had going, he will blow the gate numbers out the fucking water. He need to blow these numbers out the fucking water on everything. A lot of people didn't have cable and the access to cable like that during those times of Tyson, like how easy technology made the ability to get that shit accessible. Plus, a lot of people were gonna go to fucking fight party. That was the other thing. Shit, you may lose out on the viewership because about 100 niggas at everybody's house watching Mike Tyson and shit. That shit turned into a party. Like motherfuckers was loving Mike Tyson. That's why so many people were hurt when that nigga Buster Douglas knocked his ass out. Not me, because I wasn't a Tyson fan like that. I was a Lennox Lewis fan. So Buster Douglas did that shit. I think I had to. I knew I was laughing. I was laughing about that shit, but I knew I had to go in the backyard and do that shit. Go outside where nobody was at and jump up and down and celebrate that shit. Like, you celebrated Mike Tyson losing and shit. That motherfucker beat your motherfucking ass. Lasika says those Mayweather fitness gym says he was trying to franchise out, says shut down in my city, says they were overcharged. Shake my head. Yeah, he's selling his name. His name is, and reputation is tarnished. This shit is dead, man. And then he didn't do a good job of marketing that shit. He just threw his name on it. It wasn't nothing like, no, you gonna come in, learn, and this and that. That shit became too gimmicky, man. You just seen it with some old get rich scheme. That shit wasn't about what they try to promote it as. And it's wrong to promote something as something. And over time, people begin to see what it is. People begin to see what shit is, and then they reject it. And then Lycine Clea says, the D Bevel says, Crawford is on his way down too, says for getting rid of that chunky lady, says that held him down for 20 years. Now that chick probably, like he was saying in the interview, like about her conduct, her behavior. Because even when you see her in interviews, she always looked like she had a stank ass attitude and shit. And then who knows? He probably had bitches on the side. D Bevel says shit. 90 degrees is says a good day. Laugh out loud. Yeah, 90 degrees is nice out here in Vegas. 90 degrees ain't shit. 100 degrees ain't really shit. And then Edgy Charles says we've been in the drought. Says it ain't rained in weeks. Says in my spot. Says our lakes are drying up. Says like y'all's are in the West. Oh yeah, the West is Vegas out here. That shit is the drought shit. The drought shit is bad. But that's why when you get rains out here, it floods so damn quickly. The grounds are so goddamn dry. But you rarely see rain. We rarely see rain. They're gonna have that monsoonal shit. It'll rain for a day or something. But they need actual snow. They need major snow in the Colorados. They need major snow on Mount Charleston, because that damn Hoover Dam shit drying up. Matter of fact, I'm gonna end up going out there. I want to record where the water levels are at the dam and shit. Because I always think that's interesting. Because when I first came out here, the first time I went to the Hoover Dam, there was always what they call that baffling shit. That shit was there, but it wasn't how low that shit is. And over time, like these fools be predicting that shit. They can predict where these water levels is going, these, preparations for restricting water usage and shit. Them pulling up people's grass to stop people from watering lawns, is they need to reserve that shit. Because shit, water is vital out here. As much as the gas prices are crisis and shit for the nation, like water is vital to all the states that's fighting to rewrite the Constitution on that Colorado River and shit. The motherfucking states is fighting over how much usage one state gets and allow us to get more of that shit, because water is the lifeblood of the fucking desert. Arizona, fucking Nevada, California needs it for farming and shit. But yeah, that motherfucking water is crucial, and people take that shit for granted. A lot of people, Americans, just take shit for granted, man. For one thing, the society is so uneducated. The society is so bored with shit. The society just wants to be entertained. Nobody wants to be educated. Nobody wants to be a nerd on shit. Niggas just want to be stupid. Niggas try to look cool and they ain't got no game for bitches. It's weird to me and shit. And then Velasquez says, remember when goofy ass Channing Crowder said he'd sell his soul for 100 mil? Says, and Bud told him, says, now we know the type of person. Exactly. I like when Bud said that shit to him. Bud just shows a lot of characteristics, man. Great characteristic, man type shit. Lycine Clea says, hold up. Says, hold up, Red says, didn't you get hands put on you? Says, by a white boy, says, back in elementary school. Oh, that was one of our was like a brother to me, because my mom had adopted him and shit. And that nigga was like my white brother and shit. And that nigga was older than me, but I used to punk that nigga, man, on some old black shit. Like I said, I always felt like a black power ass nigga. And I used to punk that nigga, man. Hey, I turn on that nigga. I used to turn on that, hey, white boy. And he was older than me by like a year or two. That nigga, like, hey, white boy, hey, you better chill. One day we in the garage, we used to play in the hook the TV up in the garage. You playing Madden. I think I said, man, I used to smack that nigga, man. I used to be because I used to always feel like that nigga, like a black, nobody can fuck with a black motherfucker. I don't know where I used to be believing that shit from. I mean, I used to be checking that fool lose a game on Madden and get mad, and I smack that nigga. The one day I pushed that nigga, and I think it was because other people was out there. Maybe I was embarrassing that nigga. Nigga was like, fuck that. I'm about to stand up, that nigga deck my ass. Pow! Nigga on the ground crying. But that nigga, that nigga Dave was cool as shit. I always wonder what happened to that nigga Dave. Dave used to have black bitches as he got older because Dave was around black people and shit. Matter of fact, David went to Figueroa Elementary School. Dave was going to Figueroa. This is how long ago this shit. So this is back in is this late 80s? I don't even think it was the night. The riots hadn't happened yet because Dave went back to his mom by the time the riots happened. So this got to be like 90, 91 or some shit. But back in the day, it was a teacher that got killed at Figueroa Elementary School. Dave was going to school in the Diver Lanes and shit. Them fools had killed the teacher at Figueroa Elementary School. Let me see what year was that. Teacher killed at Figueroa. Yeah, Figueroa was on the fucking Jeopardy spelling bee. I wouldn't get this shit right. Hold on, let me see how to spell Figueroa. Figueroa. All right, there we go. Yeah, let me see what year this was. It'll let you know how long ago this was when that nigga punched me and shit. Figueroa Elementary School. Let me see what year was that. Yeah, they walked on. I think they went. I don't know if they went in the school or outside because it's the height of that crack shit too. They ended up busting on that teacher. It says tragic event occurred at Figueroa Elementary School where a teacher was killed. What year was this though? Let me see. It's showing me that shit, but I don't get the year on it. It said boom, boom, boom. It ain't giving me a year. It shows something, and it's hard to find a lot of detailed information in this era of bullshit. Let me see where everything is guarded and held by these fucking websites. Yeah, that shit had to be like 90, 92. Figueroa Elementary School. Let me put Los Angeles in. Los Angeles. Let me see if they give me the year on that. But yeah, that nigga was going to all type white school. That nigga Dave went to, I forgot where that nigga went to in Audubon. That nigga started going to Audubon and shit. Not Audubon, but whatever school in Inglewood. That nigga ended up moving to Inglewood and shit when he went back to his mom and shit. Yeah, that nigga, that was the homie, man. Let me see. Yeah, I don't see it. I had to pull up some real research. But anybody remember that shit? If you're a real LA motherfucker like myself, you'll remember the killing of that teacher up at Figueroa Elementary School. And then Velocity Cuss says Ryan Clark says try to put his cape on for Channing Crowder. Says niggas will sell their soul, says for a super chat. Absolutely. I mean, shit, you ain't even gotta go to them niggas selling their soul. What you think happened to the community with the drug shit? That was really niggas selling their soul for a buck. But I mean, shit, on the other end, it was people going through financial crisis before them drugs hit the country, before them drugs hit those communities. Because of these little piece of shit politicians, deliberately set up a system that did not benefit the people and shit. And these communities had all type of jobs when the communities was all white. And then all of a sudden, when the whites move out, the banks leave, the corporations and manufacturing leave right along with their motherfucking ass. That's how you know shit is a setup with a lot of this shit. And then I know Boxer says, didn't you say some of Floyd's mansions out in Vegas says were sold for millions less than what Floyd paid for them? Absolutely, the big boy mansion and shit. Matter of fact, that big boy mansion shit, I think still up on that website. Don't nobody want that shit. No, that shit sold for $6 million. That shit ain't on the market anymore. I think at one point he was trying to get like, he kept having to walk the price down on that shit. I think at one point that shit was offered for like $14 million. That shit just sat there. They took it down. Then it was back on there. The price was lowered to like 12. Then for a while it was up there for what was that, 9 million? And I think it ended up selling for like 6 or something. Let me see if that shit's still on this website. Like them niggas just be buying shit. Like why you buying all these homes and like these niggas crazy and shit. Or maybe that's the advice they getting from financial advisors, man. Like that's why it's important to get your own knowledge of finances and shit. You didn't earn that money. You gotta take the advice of niggas calling themselves financial advisors. Who you can't trust them when they have to create laws to hold these niggas responsible. They have fiduciary responsibilities with these niggas. Because other than that, they'll work you. Other than that, them niggas will work you. Make sales on shit just to take money to put in their own pocket. And don't have to make the most sound decisions and shit till they start changing the laws on them motherfuckers. You can't trust these fools. That's why it's important to have your own knowledge of shit. There's books on all this shit. Everything's bound by a law, so there's laws on this shit. And then Licensing Clear says Lennox Lewis says wasn't even a contender when Mike Tyson lost to Douglas. And then but shit, even with Mike Tyson losing, Mike Tyson still was bigger than everybody. Mike Tyson was still an A-side nigga. Even at the Holyfield, he probably still making more money in the Holyfield at the Holyfield beating. That's how much the allure of Mike Tyson was and shit. And then Velocity Cuss says Floyd played the villain, says made his money, says from the people, says that want to see him lose, says good marketing scheme. Yeah, I mean that shit. I don't think he had to even run the ploy of a marketing scheme. I think it was just something that was going to be natural what he fell into. It wasn't nothing he did on his end. The most genius shit was Al Heyman. Al Heyman did the most genius shit for him, just like Don King did the most genius shit for fucking Mike Tyson. The fighter just got to put the work in. The genius is the businessman that's going to do shit right by you. And that's always the hardest thing to trust, to find a business dude that's going to do right by you and shit. And the Goyan DJ says Floyd made profits on the Miami house. Oh, see, I wasn't looking at that Miami market shit. So what did he sell on that shit? How much he sell the Miami house for? Licensing Clear says data centers are taking over. Data centers are taking all of the water. Man, these data centers pulling a lot of electricity and shit. They taking a lot of the power usage and shit. Like that's the other thing. They got all type of switch and shit around this motherfucker. Switch does what they call them damn things, servers and shit. And they building so many of these new switch facilities and shit. The large little data centers. Let me see. Deuce says Uno is sad to see right now. Look at Deuce flipping on that boy James Hart. He don't even want to write in the chat. That nigga texted me talking about it's sad to see him. I told Deuce. Remember how these niggas talking about Reds don't be knowing he's talking about, man? I be like, y'all niggas don't be knowing what y'all watching, homie. Niggas don't be, it be taking niggas, like I say, I be already knowing, just give people time. It'll start to make sense to them. You know, people ain't up to speed on shit. Just give them a little time. Be patient with them and shit. They'll come to light. And look what Deuce write, because Deuce didn't want to write this shit in the chat. Man, it's sad seeing Uno like that. Nah, Uno wasn't that dude, homie. Shit, you talking about? But then he'll say all this crazy shit about what Wemby got to do. And then Andrew Charles says Colorado River is over with. Man, if that river dry up, man, they may have to evacuate us like they did Chernobyl. We're gonna have to evacuate like the town for Chernobyl. We're gonna have to get up out of here. That'll be the crazy shit. That motherfucker actually dries the hell up. They may have to do some shit with manipulating the environment and make it rain and shit, create snow or something. Kenny Porter's right hand says, salute to myself in the chat. Salute to my brother King Porter's right hand. Always right, Reggie Owens on sports. And then Pittsburgh T says man shouldn't be what would be considered flashy or revealing, says, of assets or items to nobody, says, but women, says, if you a simp and family, says it projects low character. And I agree with that 1,000,000,000%. 1,000,000,000%. It ain't nothing that, and then to hear Floyd at that press conference that, BOK Prime Blue Blood hosted as press conference, talk about what he wants for younger fans. Like, you don't want none of that shit for them young fans, and how you want to guide them. Like, them kids can't learn shit from you. That's why Shakur didn't sign to Floyd. Shakur grandfather warned him of that shit. Like, no, we're not signing this nigga. We gonna use this nigga coming to this Olympics to watch the fight. That's where all the attention focused on Shakur. Why Shakur is known like he is because of fucking Floyd flying over there to go watch him contend for a gold medal and shit. But when it came time to sign, them niggas is like, hell no, we ain't signing this fool. This nigga flashy. He ain't gonna do none of this shit. He's coming over here promising us. We appreciate the attention that he's attracting for us. And when, you know, other promoters see, you know, a guy of Floyd's status and knowledge of good fighters following this dude, they gonna go in there and they gonna go in there with a more professional approach. And then the thing, even with Bob Arum and Shakur signing him didn't work out. But they lucky Turkey came around and shit. They lucky Turkey came around. They got other options. Angie Charles says I'm subtle with what I flash. Says I rock expensive glasses. Says nobody knows this. Says but I know. Laugh out loud. And then Velocity Cut says and that's the other thing, like with being just subtle. Like I hate when people want to be like flossy or attract attention and shit. None of that shit. Because somebody the other day was talking about like the car that I'm driving, like making. Like, and it's a dude doing that shit. Like, man, homie, it's a car. I don't give a fuck about all that shit. I don't do all this weird shit y'all do to get bitches and all that shit. I don't even do that shit with bitches. Be trying to use fake like I'm rich. Like, bitch, I'm poor than a motherfucker. I brought the motherfuckers I like it. Nothing rich about me. I ain't about to put on no fake ass persona like a rich motherfucker. Don't know shit come out my pocket because you see me driving some shit, thinking some shit. Bitch, you gonna pay for shit. What the fuck you thinking? You gonna pay for something? Let's go do this, and yeah, shit. You gonna take care of it for both of us. It's simple as that, and that's how it should be. All this tricking and shit people being on, and man, you niggas is clowns. Niggas is clowns out here, man. And the Vlasica says, but that shit come from centuries of people being suckers and clowns and shit. Vlasica says the crack era says was such a black era. Says how many still standing reflecting in that mirror. It says Pusha T. And then Kitty Porter's right hand says, have you heard about the hantavirus? Oh yeah, on that cruise ship. Says the hantavirus on that cruise ship. That same thing what happened with COVID. This seemed like a similar situation with COVID. Cause this is the thing. Like I said, I was the first nigga on the boxing shit and many just the regular content on here to talk about COVID. Because this is the same shit. But I didn't talk about but I remember the news reports when it was those cruise ships. Remember, it was a cruise ships I think it was the ships coming from Alaska, but they docked somewhere up in Washington, and they wouldn't let them they wouldn't let those ships dock and shit. And then when they brought them to a port, they wouldn't let the people onboard the ship and shit. So when I was seeing that shit, then it was coming out about fucking the what is that? The Olympic qualifiers. They had the Olympic qualifiers in Wuhan, right there where this shit happened. Them fools they had suspended that shit. Then it turned to it may have been canceled and some shit. That was the first thing coming out, was that boxing shit for the Olympics. And I remember doing a video on that shit. But then they had that boat out there, that cruise ship was a cruise ship in Washington. They would not let dock and shit. And then now you got this shit going on. These niggas have brought this shit back here for Trump pussy ass. And we're going to see how his stupid ass handles this shit. We're going to see how his ass handles this shit. And he not. The nigga, that's just like the reporter he went on. Somebody said he called a reporter a bitch today. The reporter asked him some real shit. And he flipped on. The reporter asked him, this nigga driving the fucking motorcade through the damn what is that little reflecting pool? What's the little pool that Forrest Gump ran through to Jenny? Remember Forrest running to Jenny through the little, what they call it? Is that the Washington is that part of the Lincoln Memorial, that little reflecting pool and shit? He driving a car through that motherfucker. And the reporter asks, like, why are you doing all these projects when people can't afford to fucking put food on their table? Gas prices so fucking high, people are losing their fucking jobs, and you in here spending all this fucking money on shit that ain't of importance, with money that can be going back to the people hundreds of millions of dollars and shit, building a stupid ass ballroom. This nigga want to build a little Nazi German arch in Washington D.C., redesign this reflecting pool nobody asked him to touch. But then you getting your ass embarrassed in fucking Iran, wasting money on that shit. Was wasting money as far as the deficit goes, but he putting money in his homeboy's pockets. He don't care if he lose that war and shit. And if kids are dying in that fucking war, because as long as his little homies in these little states where they develop this shit, it's working and all that shit, he lining money in their pockets. They in Congress, they won't investigate him on shit. That's why he doing this whole ass shit. But you recognize these motherfucking Epstein file shit won't go away. But he said that shit to that reporter. He tried to flip on that reporter. She's a disgusting, that like Trump. That shit is old. Nobody wants to hear that whole shit no more. Ain't nobody fucking with nothing Trump talking about. And like the people who rock with him say he turned his back on us. They said, I didn't hear the part where he said where they picked up him calling that reporter a bitch. But they gonna pick that shit up. I guess you can read his lips and shit. And then he says, have you heard the hantavirus on that cruise ship? Says some passengers have been despaired. Said despaired. Have been dispersed in 5 states. Says Arizona, California, Georgia, Texas, and Virginia. Wait, what are you talking about? Is it what you mean dispersed? Some passengers have been dispersed in 5 states. What do you mean by that? Like they've been sent to these motherfucking places, to these different states? Says Arizona. Or you mean the passengers come from there? Let's cut in there rolling. Bo Young DJ says he made $4 million on the Miami house. Says brought it for 18, sold for 22. Okay. And then King Porter's right hand says Velocity Cut says yeah, Push T. And then Deuce Time says I didn't know you was live. Says, are you dropping a link? No, I'm not gonna drop the link because I'm about to get off here so I can go somewhere and shit. And then Velocity Cut says facts the KP. And then Deuce Time says Femby is 15 years younger than Uno. Man, if Wemby was the same age as Uno ain't gonna be what Wemby is. Like, fool always make excuses for James Harden. You was hyped up when he went there about what he's gonna help Cleveland win, and I told you what he wasn't gonna do. He gonna hezzy turnover. Kitty Porter's right hand says Harden was turning the ball over. Says Mitch was in his bag. But the thing is, throughout the series, he's been turning the ball over. He ain't been doing nothing. Oh, and let's bring up, he had 10 points. That boy Harden had 10 points. And then because I thought it was a problem when Wemby only had 11, but had 12 blocks, 15 rebounds. Oh, but I forget the double standards of these super fans, like the ones I'm talking about with this Floyd video. And then Doosan says Spider Mobley says our playing disappointments. And then Andrew Charles says NBA season says way too long. Says playoffs especially says are ridiculous. Now the playoffs have been good and shit. I've been enjoying. I just didn't like the end of that Laker game. The refs fucked that game over. The refs really fucked that game over. But they've been able to contain that fool SGA out though. And then Velocity says Floyd fell off when Jake Paul took his hat, shaking my head. Yeah, that shit was funny, man. Floyd was ready to kill Jake Paul ass. And then L5 player in the building, salute. Kenny Porter's right hand says K was cooking Strauss says in the fourth. Oh, Strauss the one. Is Strauss the one they putting in for James Harden? And the Deuce Time says, yeah, Detroit pressing the issue. Says Andrew Charles says my 2013 Toyota says only has 80,000 miles. Damn, you don't drive nowhere. Say 80,000 miles. It's awesome. Says brand new cars are not good. Shit, you ain't putting no miles on your car. You must don't have to travel far. That's the other thing, which is a good thing as well. And then Velocity says 86-47. Ain't that crazy that the FBI director, Trump doing all this damn weaponizing of the government, that Comey can write some shit 86-47 and then use another branch of the fucking government to have them to go run a wasted investigation or wasted indictment against this dude, which guess what? It's taxed. It's paid for through tax money. Ain't no positive gains from that shit. And then for him to waste all that money, which he's been doing on all these cases, only to have a judge toss the shit out. But guess what? There's a bill to go along with that shit. Keep running it up. Watch that motherfucking deficit. The deficit ain't doing this shit with Trump. That shit is doing this shit. That shit like Artemis. And he don't give a fuck. He don't give one fuck about it. Kenny Boyd's right hand says, and especially now that his tariff shit ain't legalized, he got to get that money back. He really about to screw this country over. He don't give a fuck. I hear some shit they talking about Iran about to run his first nuclear bomb test. This shit. Iran like, fuck this whole ass punk. And I rock with Iran. Salute to Iran. Do y'all fucking thing. Trump don't represent America. That bitch from fucking Germany and shit. And then Kenny Porter's right hand says, Andrew Charles says college football says it's about to be just like that. Says with the expansion of the playoffs, says too long of a season. Shit, bring more football on. Shit, I think football shit way too short. I'd love to see more of it. And Andrew Charles says I'm pro expanding the college football playoffs. Says they almost have it dialed in. Says the ranking system is brutal, says I'm biased, says but it's better, but it's been getting better. And I like that it ain't the historic large programs that's always winning everything. I like to see that Indiana team have won. See a bunch of Alabamas fall off. Their little bitch ass coach Nick Saban go running the bitch ass Trump, mad because kids making money. He can't do that under the table shit to try to gain the best talent out there, rig the system. So he run away from coaching because he a hoe. Like he couldn't deal with these kids. Of course, they're gonna become prima donnas, but they deserve to be paid. But the kids better start to learn that they have to be disciplined as well. They got a bunch of little Floyd Mayweather minded niggas with chains and shit because they get NIL shit. Kenny Porter's right hand says some passengers left the ship without contact tracing. Wait, how did they leave though? Don't tell me them niggas jumped in the water or some shit. How did they fucking leave? Are they docked? I thought they didn't let the shit dock. Man, don't tell me them niggas jumped in the water or some shit. And then Picasso in there rolling. And then Auto Boxing says 10 points. Says I don't ever recall Michael Jordan only scored 10 points in the playoff game. Facts, Auto Boxing. Facts. That's why I be laughing when these niggas be jumping on here, be want to get their opinions on basketball. They be trying to talk about Reggie don't know. He a casual. Like, I'm like, man, these niggas are super fans. They sit here and watch this shit all year, every year of their life and shit, and still don't know what they be watching. Like they talking about James Harden, this and that, criticize all this, and the niggas who are accomplished greats gotta go through this fucking Hubble telescope, microscope through of judgment by these dudes. It's crazy. And the Vice Cuss says brand new whip says have too many damn electronic components. Shit, they reliable though. Shit, I was looking at that new motherfucking that new updates on the S-Class Mercedes and the update on that new 7 Series BMW. Shit, all electronic shit, about that shit gonna last a long time. The problem with the cars ain't a lot of the design, it's the fucking owners of shit. People be driving their cars hard. The cars got a bunch of power. They mashing on the gas and shit. They get in the car, they start the motherfucker and then reverse it and drive. Like they don't warm their cars up. That's what be fucking these cars up. Like the cars are reliable. It just depends on how you drive them motherfuckers. And he says because a lot of electronics are reliable. They ain't about to start going, depending on the manufacturer though too. Some manufacturers are cheap, like American made manufacturers be cheap on shit. So brand new whip says have too many damn electronic components. Says be having to take it to the dealer. Says for software updates, shaking my head. It depends on the manufacturer. The Mercedes, BMW, all them motherfuckers. It's probably even Chevy and all them, probably the SUV side of shit. Because that's what they put most of shit. You just can't drive your vehicles hard. You gotta fucking allow your vehicle, brand new or not, to warm up, let the motherfucking systems go through their checks, do all that other shit. The systems are run right. Niggas just be wanting to fire their shit up and just like, what the fuck you doing? As Charles says, I hate cars that are all digital. Says I can't stand them. Says early 2010s was peak analog. Says car tech. Now I don't like that, but I be tripping off. I be watching them Sunday Fun Day videos on like out here in LA, like on I keep saying out here in LA, But out there in LA, on Crenshaw or on Broadway and all that shit, and you look them cars they be hooking up from like the 60s and shit, man, them cars shitting on everything. When the people hook them cars, them low riders they be hooking up, man, you can really do some special shit to an old car. But then I see people putting the digital shit to like bring an old classic and then add some little modern touches on shit. You probably add modern touch to the engine of them old cars and shit. Make them more efficient, probably get more power out of them and shit. And then Jesus Hernandez says, always right, Reg Jones. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Absolutely, bro. And the Deuce Time says, y'all niggas are too simple-minded, says for me. He said never once did I say Uno was better than Black Cat. Who the hell is Black Cat? He gonna do with all these old mysterious secret menu item ass names for fucking players. What's the nigga real name? Who the fuck is Black Cat? Says get the fuck out of here. And Black Cat is Jordan. You definitely was saying that shit. You showing the hell was saying that shit. Like Cuss says that new S class is funky, says, but the maintenance is too high. Not you can get those when they sell those cars, you can buy that maintenance package in it, which probably gonna run the bill up. But I like that they took that big ass computer screen because the model of the Mercedes before they put the big ass laptop in the center, center of the console where cup holders is, they had the one that was across the dash and shit. I thought that was the better model of Mercedes than when they put the computer there. I thought they kind of fucked up, but now they went to that update. It's on the dash there. Then they have the one, they got the entertainment screen for the passengers. Like I knew they was gonna go to that shit. I knew that was smart. I knew that smart. That laptop shit just was Mercedes made a mistake. And then sometimes car manufacturers make the mistakes on what they do with the design and the interior. They should have never put that big ass laptop there. Not like it was ugly, it was still tight. Andrew Charles says, modern cars says a bill for the first owner, says no consideration for the used cars market. Yeah, that's the one thing I wouldn't want is to buy it aftermarket with all that technology. That's the only thing with where y'all saying so much digital shit in the technology is that how you say it's for the first car owner to resell. But no, then again, I can't say that shit. It depends on how much technology they overloading in that shit. Because sometimes technology can date a fucking car. That's why you get some of the higher end cars that don't put a bunch of technology in their shit. Like the Roses and even with some of the Range Rovers, they don't overload technology. Technology is inside of the systems that you can't tweak with and shit. Like then you won't age the car so much. You just keep it simple, prestige, and all that other shit. But the new BMW, that motherfucker, that shit gonna be classic for a while. That technology gonna last for a while. That new BMW is cold as fuck. And I just think the design on them was so ugly till I seen them in person. Them cars big as fuck too. They big. Them motherfuckers can go. The technology in that shit for that massive ass car. And then Jesus says classes in session, folks. Says please take notes. Kitty Porter's right hand says Black Cat is Jordan. Yeah, I ain't never heard nobody in my life till today called Jordan Black Cat. And then Vlasica says my whip is all digital. Says shit gets annoying. Says shit gets annoying with all the dust and fingerprints on the screen. But those screens are reliable though. You just wipe that motherfucker off. They reliable. They don't be tweaking like that. You just gotta not drive the car. That's the thing is not just abusing the car, and that's the thing people don't put out there that they doing to these cars. That's even like the people buy those Hellcats that I hear people talking about. People be abusing that shit. They getting the motherfuckers and step on the gas, just gun that shit. Like they don't go, the car don't go through a progression, none of that shit. They just stab that bitch. Now you blowing up the spark plugs and motherfucking the pistons, all that shit just running like they ready to burst out them. King Board's right hand says the new 7 Series says BMW says has a big screen in the back. Yeah, the other ones had them. They was having that screen there for the last 4 or 5 years and shit. And now they just getting funkier with that shit. The motherfucking cars is, man, they doing some beautiful shit to these fucking cars. But I didn't like what BMW did with the new models, but that shit been growing on me. I guess after a while you get used to that shit. Like they make the change, that shit be looking ugly as fuck. But as time goes on, that shit be looking beautiful. I just think that shit when I first seen the what's the mode? These cars and these cars appreciate. We was talking about car appreciation at 96 Impala. The first time I ever seen one of them motherfuckers is ugly as fuck to me. But then it was like over time, and they were rare to see. Over time, the motherfuckers just start becoming like, damn, the motherfuckers look nicer and nicer. And then as I got over around the car age, I used to always want one of the mugs and shit. I always want one of them, but too poor to ever get one and shit. Like that look. And that's the same thing with the BMW shit. I don't like the new 5 Series, the design on the newer 5 Series, but that 7 then grew on me and shit. I forgot where I was at. I was at when I see him at the car lot, but the ones I didn't get a real look on him until one day I'm at Target and shit. There was a fool out there. There's a fool out there with one, and I see the car like next to other cars, like not just in a BMW lot. Like this motherfucking car is big as shit. And then all that light shit was glowing on that shit. I was like, yeah, this motherfucker cold as shit. Yeah, that car cold than a motherfucker. And then Dusan says, cause you don't know, it's cause you don't know shit about sports. Man, Deuce, I be knowing I'm watching with these sports, bro. Vlasica says, hell no, says they aren't says they are not reliable. What the new yes, these cars are, bro. They be reliable as fuck. I ain't been having it. I'll knock on wood. I ain't been having no issues with mine. I be driving the hell out just because of the distance I gotta drive every day. But some of the cars run good if you put them on the road. You put them on the road and dip the mugs. I don't drive that shit hard. I may stab and go and drive fast for the little short spurt. Like I remember CJ was saying about me doing in that old little car I had. I did that shit with my kids every now and then. Like, let me see how fast I'm gonna go. I would stab that shit out. But me driving fast, like I don't be driving fast like that. And then I'll do every now and then just to fuck with the kids and shit. I'll like drive fast and be like, look how fast we're going. Andrew Charles says the higher end ultra luxury cars says are going back to analog tech. Says on the dash. No, they not. Says because of longevity. Says in resale value. Nah, the motherfuckers all got digital shit. Go look at the car reviews on that new 7 Series and the new S class for the Mercedes. Like, nah, that shit down they taking all the knobs off the shit. That's the other thing with the cars. Even with all the Mercedes shit is you finding less and less knobs on shit. Everything going to the screen, everything down their touch screen, and then you can talk to the motherfucker. BMW do that motherfucking car talk to you. That shit has spooked me the fuck out. King Porter's right hand says Range Rovers are notoriously known for having transmission problems. Says I had 2, says never again. But no, in the reviews they were saying that with the new that new pretty ass fucking what is that the ones the SVJ, but they call them what's the P, what is that, the higher end one with the little the little vertical tail lights, the little darken out vertical tail. Them motherfuckers beautiful, homie. Them bitches colder than the Rolls Royce SUV. Them like the baddest SUVs out of that Range Rover shit. But they say that Range Rover transmission, I think even that engine comes from BMW and shit. That transmission and engine come from BMW on those new ones. So that might add to the reliability in that shit. And then I was listening to that nigga, what's the name, talking about Bugatti got sold out. Who was that? Porsche, somebody sold Bugatti and shit. They was talking about Bugatti profits was like, I mean, not Bugatti, but Porsche's profits were like shit. And then Velocica says, screens be blacking out, says from time to time. And what? Now the screens shouldn't be blacking out like hell no. Nah. And Charles says screens in the back says was a shit back in the early 2000s. Says big flex. Yeah, on the real, people was putting them screens, but then it was funny because the screens were some shit that black people highlighted, and everybody's talking about how ghetto that shit was, how tacky it was. Then when the manufacturers start doing it, then it's okay for motherfuckers. And then Picasso says I drove a C300 loaner car, says for a day, says while my car was in the shop, says, and it's a big difference, says a big difference in computer dash screen. Says I was driving down 35 by Waco, says in a Range Rover, says with H cart, or says with with K Hart on the license passed by me. H Hart, what the fuck is that? And then what was that shit? The C class Mercedes used to always be. That's why I used to notice that with the C class, the S class will take a lot of design and shit. I see the C class 1 year, and then before they change it going to next year, then the S class start looking like a bigger version of that shit. The C class is always a good model or a good platform that Mercedes always put some of their best look into their cars and shit. But the C class just too little. That motherfucker's nice though. Lassica says Rovers are the cleanest looking SUVs, says, but they only last like 15K. I don't think that's the problem no more. From the car reviewer niggas that I be seeing, I hear that Rover that kind of done clean that shit up. But I think I seen multiple of them saying that engine and transmission is something from BMW, which I used to trick that I hear that the manufacturers share the same engines or this and that, but shit, why not? Great business and shit. And then King Porter's right hand says if you don't get the highest end Range Rover, says it's not worth it. Says I can't afford that model. Yeah, I'll be just dreaming. I wish I can afford some of the high end ass model. I wish I could afford a 7 or S class. Kitty Porter's right, but you never know. You never know when your money change or when you come up on money. Shit, hit the lottery or some shit. And then Kenny Porter's right hand says facts. Velocity Cuss says better to lease them. It depends on how much you drive, and I think I'll blow through at least the mileage on a lease. And then Velocity Cuss says the KP says those long wheelbase Rovers says hit for over 200K, and then there are all these cars over 200 damn K now. Velocity Cuss says those Toyota Supra says have Beamer engines. Shaking my head. Is a Supra the 2-door sports car and shit that look fast as fuck? And then Velocity says, Kevin Hart says a car enthusiast. Kevin Hart. No, that nigga Jay Leno used to have a dope ass car channel. That nigga Jay Leno was a crazy ass car enthusiast. I think don't Jay Leno got something like that nigga owned like the largest car collection or some shit. And then I know that nigga was not making that kind of money on that Jay Leno. The night TV shows earn that kind of fucking money. Then Jay Leno buying cars, but Jay Leno do the right thing with his car. That nigga do the museum shit. And then Picasso says Kevin Hart reading Rainbow says, man, I don't know what K Hart is. Shit. I tell you, I'm not a celebrity worshiper. That's why I be lost on y'all be making these names up and all this other shit. Man, I know who celebrities is, but I don't be knowing that much on them. Fuck, they regular people to me. That's why when I see celebrities, I just treat them like regular people. I see a celebrity nigga, I'll be like, and keep it pushing. Then they'd probably be shocked by me, like, damn, nigga, you ain't gonna ask for an autograph? Like, no, motherfucker, you a regular ass person, nigga. I might use basketball like, nigga, good shot. They ain't about to come over and this and that. And unless I'm with the kids and shit. And then Kenny Porter's right hand says, he says, yeah, I know Velocity says Velocity. Says way down in my price range. Says I was looking into getting one. I was looking into getting one of those Jeep Wagoneers. Says, but they have way too many problems. Them some big ass SUVs too. Them some big ass. They was talking about them fools. You get your most money out of that shit compared to what the other ones are because you save a lot more money on that Wagoneer. But what's the problem on the Wagoneer? Once again, it's probably the owners, man. A lot of people own vehicles are just idiot ass owners and shit. Like I say, for one, people don't let their cars warm up. It's another. You can go to your job and you can watch motherfuckers get in your car, go wherever you're around a bunch of people, where you see a car that's just been there for all day. Watch how motherfuckers can start their car, get in that shit, and just take off. And never let their cars warm up. They don't watch the gauges in that motherfucker. They don't see where the temperature's at in their cars. They just fire that bitch up and go. And I think that can cause some issues in that engine and shit. That engine ain't warmed up. The systems ain't went through all their checks and all that other shit. Kitty Porter says a lot of people are driving that says that Buick says that looks like a Urus. What's the name of that one? And then I know Boxer says you can't afford the high end Range Rover. Says y'all some broke peasants. Says sign Floyd Mayweather. Hell no, I can't afford that shit. But if I could, I'd get that bitch. I get that bitch. It just, to me, I didn't like the interiors because the interiors ain't got much in them. But I was like, that's what makes that's what makes it to be like a timeless piece. Like, you don't need all those buttons and all this different gadgets. You can have the screen, a nice screen, map, go through different apps and all that other shit. And you don't have to be all overboard with it. And then Velasquez says, KB says, I got a 2002 Jeep Wrangler. Says Rubicon. Says only put 3K miles on it so far. It says, but all Jeeps are known for issues. But that don't mean you gotta have those same issues. You just, like I say, you just drive that motherfucker right. If you're gonna drive it fast, don't gun that shit. Just roll up the speed. You ain't racing nobody. Because these cars can do over that's all I was saying the other day. Matter of fact, today I was driving my kids because I was driving a little fast to get them to school, but I was like, the speed limits are just way too slow out here, and it's nothing. And I realize how slow they are when you driving behind people that are actually doing the speed limit, and I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, and then I started to peep because I used to get mad when people pull up on you and tailgate you to kind of be like, get the fuck out the way kind of shit. But then it'd be realizing, like, and I look, I'm the speed limit maybe 65, maybe I'm going 70 something, then realizing like that is kind of slow. That is kind of slow because these cars, is nothing for a car to get up to 80 miles an hour and shit. And then you got to get places and shit. 65 and all that 70 shit should be fucking outlawed. And then Picasso says I could have gotten a Lamborghini, says, like that orange one in Mission Impossible, says, but I'd rather live good, says, than look good. Says, I forget. He says, I forgot about your opinion on celebrities, says, porn celebrities. Now, I like the porn bitches. I like the little nasty, ratchet, pretty ass porn bitches. But regular celebrities, like, all them regular people, man. They regular people. I don't see people be so caught up in the fandom of these motherfuckers. Like, these people regular ass people. Like, and then when you catch them who are humble and regularly talk to people, but then again, they gotta have the shit up to them because all people out here ain't just regular people. These people ass kisses of a celebrity. Like Cuss says, fact, says you got a baby to whip. So yeah, you gotta treat them motherfuckers. They regular people, like they got lungs, a heart. Like, you gotta take care of that shit. I be tripping. I watch so many people, especially in the morning, we know people going to work and shit. People will just fire up their car and just go. Or especially ones who be rushing to get out. They turn that car on, rush to get everybody in there started, and then boom. And then over a couple of years, them cars start having them fucking problems. You be having a problem. I let my shit warm the fuck up. I warm that shit up. It be some days that bitch take like 15 minutes for everything to get to where it need to be. And then Picasso says, I got pulled over. Says going down that hill, says from California to Nevada, says in a big truck. Oh yeah, right here in the 15, coming out of what is that, Nipton? I think they call that shit. Ken Porter's right hand says Wagoneers have electrical issues. Says I saw one video, says one had an electrical problem, says they had to take the whole car off the chassis, says, to fix it. Says, and once you put it back together, says sometimes cars aren't the same, says, and only create more problems, says, later on down the line. If you take it to a dealer should get it right back to where it's supposed to be. If they do the right thing, all the little specs and shit. Because says speed limit was ridiculously low. Man, yeah, the speed limit is low as fuck out here in Nevada. Because I'm not a fast driver like that, but I'm like 65 is just way too fucking slow. And that's probably why so many people be having road rage. Like, get your motherfucking ass out my way. Because I be doing that shit. And that's what I think burned through my fucking gas is the fact of trying to get to, that's why I be trying to get off here late so I can get more rest, because I be getting out here and just leaving at time and be rushing to try to be going over 85 and shit, and that shit just sucking out gas and shit. That's the other thing with imagine with these high gas, with this gas crisis. I think I can do better on my fuel if I left earlier and was able to drive like 70 something miles an hour. I ain't doing that 65 shit. That shit way too fucking slow. But if I can do like 70 miles is like a good cruising. I think the perfect speed to get the most mileage per gallon and shit. If I can do 70 something miles, I will be able to last longer with my fucking gas. I think I can definitely do better, but it'll be a thing of getting up earlier or having everything together and getting out of this motherfucker. And just so I can grow at 70 something miles an hour. I think I can let the gas last at least 10 days or some shit. And then Rob G says gas prices says then they're doubled. Says yeah, they doubled. The motherfuckers high. They've been stagnant for a while, but that's because Trump out here manipulating the market. He getting on the damn True Social talking about, oh, we done came to an agreement. Then these little Wall Street speculating pieces of shit that don't do no real work somehow control all the finances in the fucking country and world. Well, oh, boost up the fucking stock market and shit. Oh shit, Iran said no, they ain't, and boom. Oh, Trump said we all good. Iran said fuck that nigga. Oh shit, Lego video. Like, you watch all them prices in Wall Street doing this shit. fucking damn degenerate ass prey. But that's what people get for voting for this fucking idiot. Bicycle says about to gas prices were $19 a gallon, says under Biden. Shit, no, they I wish there was $19 a gallon. What that shit probably like in $80 a gallon, 70 something dollars a gallon. I mean a barrel. Sorry about that. Per barrel and shit you talking about. Yeah, but that nigga, that motherfucker Trump been just fucking up because he don't know what he doing. That's why it bugged when that reporter asked him that shit. Like, why you doing all this bullshit? That nigga got mad than a motherfucker. They over a simple, real ass questions. And then I'm gonna find the audio where they say he called her a bitch. Like, they don't be like, this old pussy ass thing gotta go. She should have said, yo, mama a bitch. That's why I'm waiting for a reporter to say to him, I would need me a fucking Trump press credentials so I can say that shit. Nigga, your mama's a bitch, you whole ass punk. And then Picasso says when I was in Florida, and Georgia, says you drove the rental 100 miles per hour, says I had relatives in the police force. I wouldn't drive nowhere fast in the South. And then Velocica says I'm being sarcastic. Says I'm being sarcastic, blood. And then shaking my head. And he says 47 says need his chin check. That's all he need. They said that. That's why he was doing that stupid shit. They said the president of Brazil walked out on that nigga. They said that nigga had a beef today. That nigga got a check by Brazil today. And see, the news media can't highlight that because Trump ass Trump to hijack the media. These media corporations begging for his money, cutting off federal funding to him. These old scumbag ass fucking media corporations is under his thumb and shit because they've been begging for money the whole time. Been getting a piece of free pie from fucking presidential administrations and shit. While other agencies struggle to get shit. Like, this nigga, man, come on. This nigga's a punk. So that when he get called out by the reporter like she did today, the dude, and this is the crazy thing, the dudes in politics and in media, they cowards. They're afraid to say shit to this dude. They're afraid of this dude like a motherfucker. They don't be wanting to buck at him. They don't be wanting to just ask the regular questions, the questions for the people. They cower from this dude. They are terrified of this motherfucker. But the female, that's why he always going at these women with these little pussy ass words he be saying. Responding to him like he has a deep hatred for women. The woman he married to treat him like shit. Then he gonna say this woman a bitch. Like a whole ass nigga. Now you got the game fucked up. Now this chick at you a real ass statement. You fucking peon ass dude. Fucking peon. This nigga crazy than the motherfucker. Old peon ass president of yours. He gonna call this lady a bitch because she asked this nigga, why you doing all this wasted shit? Like, nigga, when we gonna win this war, nigga? Which is never. You about to bow down from that shit. You about to back out. You about to act like you come to an agreement. That's why you keep talking this negotiation shit, which Iran ain't gonna agree to none of that shit, and they shouldn't. You don't hear Pittsburgh T. Pittsburgh T. always being here defending Trump. Man, no, that ain't what's happening, man. See, y'all just don't understand, man. This is really the way it works. That motherfucker Pittsburgh T don't be saying shit no more. Like I say, and that's why I be always highlighting this shit always right, because I've been right on all of this shit. Nigga, Trump don't know what the fuck he doing. And it's the problem. Matter of fact, they shouldn't even, tech motherfuckers shouldn't even be high earning ass people in this society. Like the tech shit need to go back. These niggas they need to reduce what these tech niggas is making by like 80%. Reduce they shit. Velocica says what it costs to fill the Beamer, 130 on empty probably. No, I don't think 130. I'm probably paying one because I filled up today, but I had a gallon in that bitch. It probably cost me if it was empty, probably like 110 or some shit, 115, probably like 115 or something. Yeah, because the gas is $6 something a gallon. That thing in premium receipt, I think it's $6. Well, that shit, $6.30 a gallon and shit. So yeah, that should probably be like 115 or some shit. It was somebody that went before me. They shit was like 130 on that pump I seen. That shit like 130. I said, God damn. But them niggas put like 20 gallons in that shit. And then King Porter's right hand says regular gas here, it says 425. It says the premium is 494. Then that regular gas, the one I went to is 559. And then the premiums go up because it's too high, the regular one. Shit, the fucking diesel gas at this gas. I ain't never seen a truck at that motherfucker. I ain't never seen a big rig at none of this shit. I don't know where the big rigs get gas at. But the diesel at this motherfucker that diesel gas expired because I don't see nothing that look like it take diesel getting diesel at this shit. That motherfucking diesel gas is $6.69. I don't know if diesel go premium and all that other shit. Do they got different grades of diesel gas or it's just diesel? Because if it is, then shit, man, my truck will break down because I'm putting the regular level of that shit. That shit is too fucking high. Velocica says Baby Owens might have to start walking home, man. Shit, for real. I would never let that nigga do that shit, man. They mom used to talk that shit like, man, motherfucker, don't play that shit with me because something happened to him and I'm about to turn the Rambo around this motherfucker on your ass. And then all that walking and shit, fuck all that. And then, but nah, I wouldn't dare. I be wishing they do that shit. And I wasn't like that. You need to let them do shit, but fuck all that. Let them do this and that shit. And it's weird motherfuckers out here. It's weird ass adults that don't protect kids. Like I'm looking at that story, that FedEx driver that killed that little girl. Homie, I damn near cried while reading that fucking shit. Like that's why I be like, man, I'd be glad like when they be executing these bitch ass people. Like that shit is fucked up. I thought that was some recent shit. I didn't even know that shit happened in 2022. Y'all seen that shit? That white pussy ass dude kidnapped that little girl. That nigga delivered Christmas gift to this little girl. But then it's like, where the parents at? Where your little daughter at the door or outside, wherever the kid was, without y'all watching the motherfucker? This nigga kidnaps, and this how it be with these grown dudes who can't get fucking laid. These grown weird motherfuckers get no pussy, or these desperate bitches that bring these motherfuckers around. This nigga kidnaps this girl at the delivering her Christmas presents. They show the video of the girl on there because they got cameras in them trucks, looking terrified while he driving, telling her shit. Then he covered the camera, it's picking up audio. Man, that shit is like some fucked up shit to read, and especially if you got kids and shit. You ain't even gotta have kids, you just gotta have a heart to read that shit. That nigga deserved, the cop should have shot that nigga in his fucking face. Like that shit is cold. That's the type of shit with motherfuckers out here. And that shit be bugging. I be seeing people like, man, my kids, please, man. I ain't with that shit. Like, you don't want to, I like my kids, nigga. I don't want nothing to happen to them and be like, you be feeling fucked up. You let them, or even them people who kids get kidnapped and they with some old weird nigga chain them up and then fucking them when they feel like it and shit. Like, what the fuck is in niggas' heads, homie? That's what we bugging when niggas be like so reactive on the police and all that other shit. Like, matter of fact, that's what we listening, because I be putting my kids on. Like I said, I be wanting to get into the music and rap music and shit. I'm listening to Tupac is on what song? I think it was Chains or some shit. And he was speaking about the says even worse than black, says no, it was something where he talking about the cops, like the cops give a damn about a Negro. Somebody kill a Negro, then he's a hero, some shit, whatever that little lyric and shit. And I was like, it goes back to where it's like bullshit, and even hearing black people speak this shit, like white cops are just out here killing niggas. And I'm like, Pac put that in the line, but he ends up being killed by a black motherfucker. And then even looking at because I let him hit him up and shit, and be like, this is the song what ignites like Pac and Biggie's little riff, and the riff between the East and West and shit. Is this shit. And I'm like, the ironic shit about this shit is Tupac's from New York. And it's even like no different than going in this Hitler shit. Hitler is a fucking Jew. And you just continue to go on. Like, even with the blood and Crip shit, we all fucking related and shit. Like, what the fuck are we doing out here? And then it'd be like people talking about the cops this and cops that, and then be supporting all these old weird ass niggas from their hood and who they friends and shit. And then when you see the body cam shit, ain't all cops out here doing fuck shit. Every nigga ain't doing righteous shit. Then you look at the body cam shit, these old bitch ass niggas be doing the weirdest fucking shit. Like, but that shit with that FedEx shit was so fucked up. It'd be everything. I go to court every day. They will have to restrain me because I'll be trying to jump over that shit to slice that nigga throat. Then it'd be fucked up. You gotta go through all the security they make. Or remember that one nigga? Wasn't one nigga, that nigga was the karate instructor molested this dude kid, and they try to go out of town, so he's extraditing that nigga back. The dad, I know a cop gave the dad the info, like, nigga, we gonna be bringing this nigga through this airport at this time. Then they did a Lee Harvey Oswald assassination on that nigga. That nigga act like he on the phone, and the police cameras knew, the news knew that shit. That nigga on the phone act like he talking. See, they walking over with that nigga, that pops wham. Boom, nigga, fuck you. And I don't even think they did nothing to him. Vice Cuss says, Baby Owen says, might have to start walking. Nah, I won't let them walk. Rob G and they're rolling. Vice Cuss says, damn, it's 115. Yeah, I'm paying. Like I said, I pay a lot. That's why I ain't been going to LA like that. Shit, man, this Vegas game, LA probably worse than that. Picasso says this is a section of this country says that supports the shit Trump is doing. Says why? Says no transparency with them. Says they throw rocks. Says and hide their hands. No, that's because these niggas is worship. They retarded motherfuckers. But even if they support Trump, they should not have the loudest voice in this country. They shouldn't. And even with Trump pushing white shit, you see how failed it is because it's falling apart. Can't push white supremacy and white only shit. Shit don't benefit white folks. It falls flat, and that's why the country's in the state it's in. Falling a bunch of little delusional, degenerate devices as white dudes. And then Otto Boxer says, I remember Pittsburgh T says was on here, says taking up for Trump, says to you, says to you Trump voters, says look what you did to the country. Stay on their heads, Reg, and your black ass too, Otto Boxer. And then Black says, Slim says, didn't you vote for 47? Yeah, his whole ass did. He put his right hand, says, I want to get gas yesterday morning. Says I went to get gas yesterday morning. Says saw someone got $6. Says $6.10 worth of gas. Said boy, times are hard. Times is fucked up. I was looking at who video I was watching. Who video was this? It was about Vegas. Somebody did a video about Vegas. Matter of fact, they closing down here at the state line because nobody going there. All that shit at the state line. I don't know if people know the state line. They close all them hotels. That's where I go down to go buy my lottery tickets. They even closing that store down. They had a little mall down there. That shit been closed and shit since the pandemic. Nobody going out there. People barely coming here. They closing restaurants down in them casinos. They doing all type of shit to get locals to go to these casinos and offering free this and free that. Because if casinos start getting greedy, want to charge parking and this and that, now they trying to attract motherfuckers. The entertainment shit is dying down in this motherfucker. Maybe Chris Brown will boost it up. But outside that, man, and the tourists ain't coming. Trump fucked this town over. Trump fucked Vegas the fuck over. And that shit is rippling. I was even watching the dude from what's his name? Blue Kitchen. He shut down one of his restaurants. Yeah, he closed one of his restaurants because it wasn't doing that well anymore. And Picasso says, no, I didn't see that kidnapping. And Rob G says, I had that CD back in the day. Says that song was fire. And Sean Edit says that Dave case is wild too. And I hope, man, California got to start executing motherfuckers, and that dude should be thrown to the front of the line and shit. And then once again, it's like, how was this girl getting out the? How was that girl getting out the presence of her parents and shit, and fucking with this dude? And then Picasso says it's crazy. He says that's why I stopped trying to question why people do what they do. I start putting out the past people. I don't, and I be telling you, them chicks that I be around, that be, you know, they be wanting to bring shit and they cook and shit like that. And I be saying, man, don't bring me shit. I don't eat from people if I don't see what they doing. Because I watch too much of this criminal shit. And I done seen too much of shit from people to just trust people like that. I just don't. Don't bring me shit. I don't want nothing. Know what you done to that shit. Like, I ain't got nothing against you. I be like, my kids couldn't bring me shit if I ain't see that shit. And the Go Young DJ says Blue dead head off, and he only got probation. Laugh out loud. Wait, who was that? Says Blue that's supposed to be dude, says Blue dude head off. Wait, who was that? Who got you talking about the dad? Yeah, you talking about the dad who shot that nigga, was touching on his kid and shit. And the Vlasi Cuss says the dad did what he was supposed to, but I know the dad hate that shit even happened to the kid. And the Vlasi Cuss like, what you think? Like, your kid got grow up, a nigga done this shit to him? Like, fuck that. Like, nigga, I'm torturing you, nigga. I'm about to lock you up, nigga. I'm about to autopsy your motherfucking ass. Like, nah, nigga, I'm about to dismember you, nigga. Fuck that. Then might even want to kill your fucking parents for even giving birth to your bitch ass. Like, niggas is out here crazy. Then these drug addict motherfuckers all around here. Like, fuck no. What you look like letting your kids walk by themselves? Got all these drug addicts out in this motherfucker. Like, no, they need the. You don't know what's in that population. I'm not saying all the drug addicts or homeless people are fucked up, but you don't know what's in that population. It's probably a lot of pedophiles in that shit. And then I go through some of these areas that are poor areas, and kids be walking through that shit. And their parents don't be around. And the Vlasica says like that story in Australia, says a dude says forgiving that drunk driver, says that unalived this kid, shaking my head. I wouldn't forgive none of the motherfuckers. That's all that niggas on that fake religion shit. And then Autobox says, Vlasica says, do you have me on video? Says, if not, says I ain't acknowledging nothing. Velocity cuts in it rolling. And the Kid Porter says Gary, what is that? Gary Palat says, what's the dad's name? Says he got 5 years probation for that. Says he shouldn't have gotten that. Yeah, he shouldn't have, but he need to be trying to follow the law and all this other pussy ass shit. And then I hate when I see crimes, and because even with the dude who did that to that girl, these old psychologist motherfuckers want to come in there, taught the kid was autistic, his mom was on drugs, and fuck, who give a fuck? Like, shit, it's all more the reason to put him away, make an excuse. So what, he gonna go free because he got this and that? Fuck these fools. Niggas know how to kill, but these old softy ass doctors and fake ass experts coming in here to try to get them off and shit. And then Picasso says I would never let my kids walk anywhere alone. Says I actually sat in my kids' classroom, says, and the schools were doing what they could to keep me out. Says they did it, says, but when my kid's mother helped. And then on the box it says Red, at me and Velocity Cut says, if y'all cool with me, says you will never bring my voting history up again. Nah, you gotta bring stupid niggas voting up. Because that's the one thing black people can't afford to do, is be stupid with elections. And then black people with these overboard thoughts on politics. Like, niggas older people really died over that shit, took beatings. And then you get these new age 2000, and when did black people really start the shit? 2020 and all this other dumbass shit that these dumb niggas bring in they political talks and don't know what the fuck they be talking about. The Democratic plantation. We need to get something for the vote. And well, the Democrats do that shit with the Republicans. They get your old nigga ass up out of here, ask for anything, boy. Now you niggas is pathetic, idiotic, retarded motherfuckers and don't know shit about being black, let alone talking about who taught you to hate yourself. The fact that you ain't educated is why you hate yourself. The fact that you dumb is why you hate yourself. The fact you get around other people who are educated and you feel lesser of a human being is why you hate yourself. Ain't no white people that teach you that shit. It's the fact you wouldn't educate yourself. The fact that you learn conspiracies and think it was education. Like, that's why niggas have no understanding of shit. The fact you listen to deceptive ass white people and follow their beliefs is why you hate your fucking self. And if Velocica says you see Nas open up a casino in Queens, New York, says he beat Hov to it. They both getting money. There ain't no competition between them because guess who's the head of the board? Somebody either white or Japanese or Chinese in that shit. Velocica says you need a refund, says for that vote, Slim. And then Rob G and the Rolling. I know Boxer says Velocica says what vote you talking about, fam? Says I don't remember. David Rose says yeah. You Trump voters, said, yeah, you Trump voters are uneducated, said, and hate yourself. Absolutely you do. Niggas be trying to talk about the old people ain't vote for it. Your vote didn't count and this and that shit. Like niggas died over that shit. Dealing with old real open backwooded clan like shit. Just to go vote, and Trump trying to redo that shit. But his pussy ass ain't gonna get nothing going. But that's all I got, folks. I'm out of here. Peace.